So, what's up? What's up? I don't know what's really going on with the chatter. I don't know what's going on with the disrespect and why these hard hitting comments, conversation, exchange, text messages is going on between celebrity Jessie Woo. I know of her from being on Dish Nation. I did see an interview of hers recently with Pastor Jamal Bryant, and then this exchange going on between Jessie Woo and Pastor Keion Henderson out of Texas. Like, she chewed him up again, then like rolled him out real good with the roller, then rolled him back in, chewed him up, and just kept spewing all of this negative, and then some with the cuss words and like did it all over again. I'm looking like, ooh, what Shaunie gonna have to say about this? Because this
hell, you are not smart. You are dumb as hell. You are not smart. See, this is why we need to make microphones at least $10,000. Microphones need to be at least $10,000. And if they're going to be used by men in the pulpit, they need to be at least $100,000 monthly for you stupid niggas like Pastor Keion who will get on stage and say this stupid, hurtful, xenophobic, you dumb. Looking back on the clip, this man was not just even xenophobic. This man was not just xenophobic to Haitians.
This is a woman attacking a man, and it was kind of done to me out of context. Like, I was like, ooh, is there such a thing as going too far? Is there such a thing as like, ooh, should I think about that and maybe have a setback reset? Was I saying too much? Or was she feeling just that serious about her thoughts, her opinions, and how strongly she felt on what she believes in to stand by that? You have him, you have the pastor. He felt that strong to say what he said concerning Haitians. She wasn't having it. She Haitian. So let's just get to it and get your thoughts, get your opinions on it.
I say this with all due respect. Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the world. In fact, they say it is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. Have you ever wondered how in the world can Haiti share an island with the Dominican Republic? And you can go to the DR and turn up and go 70 miles in one direction and see a place where people are still dying from E. coli. Well, I'll tell you why. Because in the 1700s, when the African slaves came to the island of Haiti, and they introduced an idea called voodoo. And so we look at Haiti and we ask, why is it one of the poorest countries in the world? It is not because it is full of ignorant black people. They are as smart and as intelligent as you are, but there is a spirit that has set on the region.
When y'all listen to that clip, like, I want y'all to also listen to like the people in the crowd applauding. Ooh, yeah, amen, preach, like these preachers, all they need is a microphone. Like, all a man needs really is a microphone, and you dummies will eat up whatever they say. Because what does the Keion say in this clip that was so, tell it, yeah.
I say this with all due respect. Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the world. In fact, they say it is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. Have you ever wondered how in the world can Haiti share an island with the Dominican Republic? And you can go to the DR and turn up and go 70 miles in one direction and see a place where people are still dying from E. coli.
Push the non-correction of the xenophobia because it doesn't affect your community. There's so much power and obedience in simply saying, I'm sorry. And he said nothing after that. What does us leaving on a good note, like, what does that have to do with anything? What was I gonna say? Fuck you, I'm gonna say it now. I didn't say it on the podcast. I tried to keep it cute, but fuck you. When you told me you'd leave it in my community, what was I supposed to do? Like, go down and text it? No. Like, what can I do? I'm gonna just keep it cute. I can't force a grown-ass man with a microphone to go and apologize to the world, to the millions of people who saw that clip. It went everywhere. It was everywhere. And you could have taken
after all of that, After the Texas, after her calling him out.
And this man out of nowhere sends me and Pastor Jamal this text message. I'm going to put the screenshot up, but I want you all to be able to see it for yourselves, but I want to also read it to you. Good morning, great people. I just saw the clip. Someone sent it to me. Miss Jessie, that interview does not represent the facts of our conversation. I would love for myself, you, and Pastor Brian to have a conversation to discuss what we really talked about. We ended our conversation well. I'm heartbroken to hear via IG that you have no love for me because that's not the way we ended our conversation. Xenophobia, to suggest that I dislike or am prejudiced against any people, group, is simply not factual.
Was some mean girl spirit just my opinion? Where did she get with that? Did she get the apology? Did she feel now empowered? Did she feel respected? Did she feel like she's still interested in the sit down? Did she get the apology of saying, hey, let's try to make something out of this because you want to call up some people? Does he want to have her to come to Texas? Does he want to come to where she's at to have a sit down with Jamal Bryant and to have a mediator? Can things be talked out in decency and in order without getting on a rah type level? Is it possible to go back to basics for both parties to have an opinion, not to judge who's right, who's wrong? Is it possible in an aspect of it's not just black people, it's not just Haitian? Can it be looked at as if like, okay, all people are being judged, all people are being looked upon? A lot of us is not doing right or doing decency and in order or living by the Bible to the point where is anybody thinking about John 3:16? For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Is anybody thinking about the price to pay? That every day is not going to be a walk in the park, that there is such a thing as forgiveness, that there is such a thing as forgiveness at the cross. Is anybody thinking about that you are to have no other gods before him? Is anybody thinking about what did voodoo introduce to people who did start to practice it? Is it a good thing? Did people turn it around and make it into a bad thing? Was this conversation exchange even necessary? Are people quick to take the Bible and make it out to be the comfort of what they wanted to say? Was it a teaching moment for Jessie Woo? Was it really a teaching moment for Pastor Keion? Did he have a right to say what he said about the spirit that was poured out? Was he right to even say they're not ignorant, they're smart, like you black people sitting in the audience too? Is it possible that some people just get a far worse deal more than others? Is it possible to help yourself out of the situations that the hand that you may be dealt with? Are some people cursed? Is it such a thing as the sins of the father is passed down through the generations? Is anybody absolute, no matter what color that you are, if color has to be brought into it? Is there forgiveness at the cross? Is there repentance at the cross? Is every church bad? Should people just not go to church? Should people just throw it all away? Whatever it has been instilled, throw it all away. Just start all over. Get a Bible for themselves and just try to have an understanding. Saying, Lord, just please open my mind. Lord, give me the mind of a concordance so that I can understand. Or just act like you never even served God. Like God just never existed. And then next thing you know, is it okay to get caught up in the exchanges that go on between man and woman? Should it have been Shaunie involved, but because it came from Pastor Keion's mouth how he felt, was it right for Jessie Woo to have gone in on that man because he was the one who said what he said, but then she said some stuff? Does he really want to go back and forth with a woman? Is Shaunie looking like, well, wait a minute now, that ain't appropriate either. I might have to get into this. But she just, was dealing with her situation concerning loose cannon. He was being loose at the mouth. Now you got Jessie Woo. She being loose at the mouth. Now you got Pastor Keion from what she's saying. He was being loose at the mouth. That he don't even need a microphone. And that microphones need to cost how much money in order to have a microphone? Was that stretching it a little bit? Maybe she said it. Just my opinion to go back and forth. There's a lot of things that will make you question things as to what is people's motivation as to why they do say what they do say. Not everybody is right. Not everybody is wrong. But somewhere along the lines, can it be some respect that 2 or 3 or however many that do decide together to have a loving, non-judgmental moment to have an understanding? She has her say, he has his say. Not walk away. But when things can already start off so volatile and so viciously, does anybody want to sit down then? Maybe. But it's so much strife already in division when it comes to man and woman. It's so much strife and division. And sometimes the way women's mind think, like, we'll start from 1, 2, 3, and then pew goes to 10. And sometimes there's no coming back until that woman gets ready to come on back, calm down. It was serious, but is it that serious where things have to take off with the name calling? I thought he handled it okay. I thought she handled it the best that she knew how to handle it. Sometimes in the moment, you don't always get it right. But if forgiveness is needed, if that's what she feels in her heart, then that's what she's got to do. If he feels forgiveness is needed, if that's what's in his heart, that's what he's got to do. What's your opinion on it? Is anybody right? Is anybody wrong? Was it just their opinions to feel how they want to feel when it comes to the church and what has happened? Is there anything that is off limits in the pulpit? Is it wrong to talk on the history of Haitians, of Black Americans? Is it wrong to discuss racism, politics in the pulpit? Is certain things off limits? Or should we be able to discuss things in decency and in order? A time and a place for that.